Firstly, thank you, Amanda, for joining me today to talk about Redefine's ESG strategy and the importance of good governance processes in terms of executing that strategy.
Well, thank you, Annalisa, for hosting this discussion, firstly, and having me. I look forward to sharing some insights into the mechanisms that support our ESG strategy and also, just to demonstrate our overall commitment to sustainability.
Definitely. And I think, in the global context, ESG is so topical at the moment, and I know that it's top of mind for our board of directors.
Yes.
Could you give me some insight into the main drivers behind Redefine's overall ESG strategy?
Well, there's a really fraught operating context, as you know, and globally and locally, the challenges have continued to cause inequality. They've caused climate change and political and economic instability. Therefore, this requires companies to just rethink how they do business. And this is to ensure that they take the needs of stakeholders, every single stakeholders, and future generations into account. So in response to this, operating from a place of purpose, Redefine developed an ESG strategy, which you know about, that embraces the UN SDGs as an overarching framework, and it sets clear targets for 2030.
And can you share some insights into how ESG is considered at a board level, going beyond, just the social and ethics committee's mandate?
Well, the board has ultimate oversight of the ESG strategy and is supported in that role by the relevant committees who have a clear mandate in terms of references that support Redefine's ESG objectives. For example, Social Ethics and Transformation Committee looks at Redefine's sustainable development and sustainable reporting, as well as transformation, diversity, and inclusion, and just being, good corporate citizens. Obviously, the Investment Committee oversees the investment strategy. A part of this would be to ensure that Redefine upholds ethical conduct, but also that ESG considerations are taken into account for potential acquisitions. And the Risk, Compliance and Technology Committee ensures that ESG-related risks and opportunities are clearly managed and included in the enterprise risk management framework. And I must say also, obviously the Audit Committee, which is a critical committee, looks at how internal controls and assurance ensure that the ESG information itself is robust. And of course, finally, the REMCO, Remuneration Committee, ensures that any ESG-related key performance indicators are well managed and aligned to the long-term strategy of our ESG.
No, that's wonderful. And I think, from our discussion, it's clear to investors that ESG and the effective governance of ESG is critical to the board. Could you describe the board's forward-looking focus in terms of ESG for the year ahead?
Well, first of all, I must reiterate that essentially, from a board perspective, there are strong governance processes in place, and these ensure that ESG is fully embraced in our responsibilities and considerations. And I believe this is critical to really embed ESG into an organization, because it's one thing to have an amazing strategy. It's another to actually embed that and make sure that it's well lived in the DNA of the organization. So as we look ahead, our key focus for the board will be on monitoring progress against the ESG strategy, which we believe is robust and really future-looking. And also, Redefine has clear targets it has set for 2030. And each year, it's important to actively work towards those goals. And the board plays a critical role in this process. And we will continue to work with the management team to deliver on these targets, because they're not just, a board target, they're Redefine's targets. And we want to ensure that we leave a lasting legacy that we can all be really proud of.
Fully agreed. Thank you, Amanda, for your time today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.